here's the answer for question 4G. So we want to solve this equation. So what I notice is that I've got a set of brackets being multiplied, and when if I think expanding that bracket, that's going to give me an x squared term in there. Okay, so then I need to connect that to the knowledge, well, if I have an x squared equation, then in order to solve it, I need to set that equation equal to 0, and then I need to factorise that, and then I can solve it. So that's the strategy that I want to use. So in order to get to the equation equal to 0, I actually need to expand and rearrange this equation first. So that's my very first step. So 2x times 3 is going to give me 6x. 2x times minus x is minus 2x squared equals negative 8. Now I'm going to rearrange and put everything on the left hand side so that I've got the equation equal to 0. So that's going to give me 6x take away 2x squared. If I move the minus 8 across, it becomes plus 8 equals 0, because I've got nothing left on there. And I'm just going to rearrange it a little bit further, and I'm just going to put them in that order, x squared, x, and the number. So remember to keep, like, this negative belongs with the 2x squared, that 8 is a positive and the 6x is a positive. So keep the negative or positive with the number. So I'm going to have negative 2x squared plus 6x plus 8 equals 0. What I now notice when I look at that is all of those three terms, if I look at the numbers 2, 6 and 8, they all have a common factor of 2. So I actually going to factorise that value out first. So if I'm going to take a factor of 2 out of all of those pieces, that's going to leave me with minus x squared plus 3x plus 4. Because if I was to expand it, 2 times negative x squared gives me negative 2x, 2 times 3x gives me 6x, and 2 times 4 gives me 8. Now what I can do is if I divide both sides by 2, then that's going to cancel this 2 out here and leave me with minus x squared plus 3x plus 4 equals, now 0 divided by anything is 0. Okay, so I've simplified it down a little bit more. Now I just look at this and I think there's a negative in front of the x squared. And I don't like solving when there's negatives there. So I want to get rid of that. So the opposite to get rid of that is can multiply every term by negative 1. Alright, as long as what I do to 1, I do to them all. The negative times a negative is positive. So that's going to become x squared, take away 3x, take away 4, equals 0. Alright, so now I've got that first part that I was aiming for there. I've got my equation equal to 0. Now I need to do the second part, which is to factorise this into brackets. So I need to think, well, what two numbers when multiplied give me negative 4 and add to give me negative 3. So I'm going to make my two sets of brackets. I'm going to have an x in both. And the ways to get negative 4 and negative 3 means you're going to have negative 4 plus 1. So what I can now do is I can solve. That's my final step. So either the first bracket is equal to 0 or the second bracket is equal to 0. So therefore x is equal to positive 4 or x is equal to negative 1.